Hello everyone, this is Dietitian Lavleen. A very good afternoon to all of you watching the webinar. I hope you are enjoying your Saturday. As you all aware that I'm going to talk about how we can adopt a healthy lifestyle and what we can do to get out of the vicious circle of yo-yo diets. If you're not aware of yo-yo diets, don't worry. I will explain you in this webinar. Okay, let me give you my agenda of this webinar. Very first, I will start off with an unhealthy lifestyle of a common man and what we can do to adopt a healthy one. Then I will explain about yo-yo dieting, its vicious circle and the bad effects and what we can do to get out of that vicious circle of yo-yo diet. I will also cover up the very important topic, that is the difference between fat loss and weight loss, and why we should focus more on fat loss rather than weight loss. And then I will give you a certain healthy lifestyle tips. Okay, so let's start with the unhealthy lifestyle of a common man. Unhealthy lifestyle starts with unhealthy eating. And that is a major contribution to the various health diseases, various illnesses in our country and all over the world. What is that unhealthy lifestyle? I think mostly 75% of the population stuck into this unhealthy lifestyle. You can compare yours. What happens? We wake up late. Why we wake up late? Because we slept late the last night. And when you wake up late, you feel bloated. Bloated in a sense, you feel like heavier stomach in the morning. You don't feel light. You feel like बहुत भारीपन लग रहा है, उठा नहीं जा रहा, you feel lethargic at that time. And you're not able to get out of your bed until and unless you get a cup of tea or a coffee loaded with the sugar and caffeine into it. And then only you start your day. Otherwise, you have a headache. आज चाय नहीं पिया है तो मैं उठ नहीं सकता. So this is a very common thing. So what happens? We start our day with a tea or a coffee, and either you not have a time to prepare your breakfast. If somebody prepares a breakfast for you, you don't have a time to have your breakfast. Either you have it very little, or either you skip your breakfast and you go for a work. And you're so busy in your work that you don't have a time to have your meal in between also. And then comes the lunchtime. If you had bought your that lunch with you, you had it very quickly. Ekdam se khaya, hurry mein khaya, ekdam se. And if you didn't bring your lunch with you, what happens? You go to the canteen, you go with your friends, hanging out with your friends, and have some junk food at that time. And in the evening, your whole day is incomplete until unless you had another cup of tea or coffee at this time, loaded with lots of sugar into it, and along with dipping the favorite cookies in your coffee or tea. And this is a time when most of the food accidents happen. Food accidents mean the time when you feel more hungry. The time when sun sets, you feel like a digestive system आपका open हो रहा होता है. आपको लगता है this is a time I need something to eat more. I need some snacks. I need some fried stuff, momos or like spring rolls or outside food. You have a crave of that things mostly. And when you had all these things at that time, either you skip your dinner, and if you had your dinner, you had it very late and had it a heavy dinner at this dinner timing, and had it like prime time पे 9-9:30 पे टीवी के सामने बैठ के रिमोट चला रहे हैं, साथ में हमारा खाना चल रहा होता है, and complete your dessert after your mama and someone gives you a kheer or something like dessert with you, and complete meal आपका फिर आपको लगता है dessert के बाद हो गया, कुछ मीठा बाद में होना चाहिए. And what happened? Late हो गए खाना खाते खाते, and we sleep around like 12:30, 1 o'clock. The sleeping time हो जाता है, and the cycle of again goes on, and that goes on and on. So this type of lifestyle, what happens? It leads to various health diseases. And obesity, it leads to the heart diseases, blood pressure. तो आजकल जो mostly problems हो रही हैं वो सिर्फ unhealthy lifestyle की वजह से ही हो रहा है. So we just need to change it. Why we need to change it? To live healthy. So what we can do to adopt this healthy lifestyle? It's not like that you need to adopt certain nutritional philosophies, or you need to deprive your favorite food, or you need to be like unrealistically thin, but it is just to feel energetic and to feel lighter, and that can only happen if you incorporate a certain nutrition basics in your life. That means you just need to change your routine. You just need to make a proper schedule, pre-planned schedule, so that if you are disciplined in your life, that means the body will react to you in the same way, in a more disciplined way. So what we can do to adopt a healthy lifestyle? Just to change your eating habits at the particular timing. You need to wake up early, and you are able to wake up early only if you had a light dinner and at the early time, and you sleep early. जल्दी सोओगे तभी जल्दी उठोगे, नहीं तो वही मम्मा उठाती रहेगी, उठो उठो उठो, या somebody else will tell you, या आपको अलार्म बजता रहेगा कि उठो, and but you feel lethargic, नहीं उठा जा रहा है because आपने रात को इतना लेट सोए हुए हो और आपने खाना इतना हैवी खाया होता है. You wake up, if you had a very light dinner, you will wake up early and you will feel lighter. And start your day with a fruit. Empty stomach में food को लो. Why? Because the absorption of the food at the empty stomach is much more as compared if you had your food after the meal. And start your day with certain physical activity. There's no shortcut for your healthy lifestyle. Healthy lifestyle includes both the diet and your physical activity. Okay, if 70% of the work is done with your diet, then 30% of the work is from your physical activity. And never go for the physical activity empty stomach. Have something. You can have any fruit. After that, when you come back from a physical activity, it can either be a walk, either can be a workout, either it can be a yoga. And when you back, freshen up and go for a healthy breakfast. Healthy breakfast include your homemade breakfast, not that only low calorie cornflakes, etc. Healthy breakfast including, as I've already told you, that there will be the various options like vegetable dalias, we have the vegetable pohas, we have the options of stuffed roti. We can also go for the various type of salads along with the sprouts into it, because all these, what happen, they are rich in carbohydrate, protein, and healthy fat. If this combination in the early morning you were able to get that, you had energy to do a much more work. Your metabolic rate will increase. So have a very healthy breakfast at this time, and don't skip your mid-morning meal. काम में बिजी रहते रहते खाना, एंड मोस्ट ऑफ माय क्लाइंट्स से कि हमें मिड मॉर्निंग में कोई टाइम नहीं मिलता है बिकॉज हम बहुत बिजी होते हैं. यू नीड टू गिव इंपॉर्टेंस टू योरसेल्फ. थोड़ा टाइम अपने लिए निकालो और मिड मॉर्निंग का कोई भी मील ले सकते हो. शॉर्ट पॉकेट मील्स लाइक यू कैन हैव almonds, you can have a cheese, you can have a puri, you can have lemon juice, you can have a fruit, anything like mid morning, a little bit, so that small frequent meals will give you such a satisfaction that you're not going to have a very heavy lunch. So after that, have a homemade lunch, including your everything, pulses, your salad, your curd, everything, including your chapati. And after having your lunch, the time when the food accident happens, when you feel like craving of something, that would not happen because the full day you had a very good meal. और यहाँ पे आपकी craving कम हो जाएगी. And if you wanted to have something at this time for as a meal, have a protein-rich snacks. Protein-rich snacks mean the snacks related to like the sprouts chaat. You can have a bale chaat. You can go for a type of makhanis, which is my favorite, and you can go. You can make a vegetable pohas, and that is all rich in iron, protein, calcium, and also in the healthy fats. And the time when the sun sets, your digestive system sphincter also closes. So this is the time when you need to give a very light meal at this time. So have a salad before the dinner, have a very lightest dinner, and then go to bed. 2 hours before you go to sleep, have your dinner and then go to bed. And if you trust me, if you adopt this lifestyle, definitely you feel lighter. You feel like you're living very healthy. The particular schedule of having your meal and doing your physical activity will give you the energy for the whole day. Okay, so now let's talk about yo-yo dieting and its vicious circle. Now, what's that vicious circle is? Vicious circle means the circle in which you do certain type of activities to achieve your goal, but once you achieve your goal, again you come back to the same situation. So that makes a vicious circle. And yo-yo dieting is like a vicious circle. Why? Because once you finish, you come back to the same situation. In this type of diet, what happens? You either skip your meals or you consume very less calorie, like you're able to see in this picture. That a lady starts a diet, and before she was very fat, and then she started a diet where she skipped her meals, she consumed very less calorie, deprived of the certain nutrients. But once she started eating the same meals she was eating before, the eating habits, she again regained the weight. So that means this is a yo-yo effect. Once you reduce, again you regain. So this type of the cycle is a vicious form. Let me explain you. Like, you deprive yourself of a certain important nutrients your body need, and what happens? You easily reduce the weight. Why? Because there's no nutrient, there's no calorie available in your body. There's a wear and tearing of your muscles, and what happens? It easily reduce your weight. But once you start eating the same things you were eating before, like pre-eating eating habits, you again put up the weight. because वही चीज आप खा रहे हो जो आप पहले खाते थे, you start putting on the weight again, and that not only affect your physical level but also your psychological level, that you start feeling miserable, you start feeling heavy again, and again when you feel like कि इतना डाइट किया मैं पतली हो गई थी और फिर से मैंने थोड़ा सा खाया फिर मोटी हो गई, so it is like you start wanted to go for the same cycle again, you wanted to go on the diet again, and this cycle goes on. So this typical query I get at least 3 times a day. Let me reiterate for you. I went on a diet from a very famous dietitian, and you know it worked like a charm. I had lost 14 kgs in just 2 months. However, I have regained more than I lost in the last 4 months, and also going through the problem of hair loss and body weakness. I really don't know what to do now, but need to lose weight. So that you just need to go for the cycle that skipping meals, reduce for the temporary period of time, again you start eating, again you regaining your weight. So don't go to such type of yo-yo diets because they have a lots of bad effects. What are those? The very first is like muscle loss, because there is wear and tearing of your muscle, you are depriving the certain important nutrients, and that cause a weakness in your body. Not only this, your hair loss and hair fall will happen because the hair growth need a proper nutrients in your body. Along with that, the problems like heart diseases, cholesterol, diabetes, blood pressure, all these are because you're depriving the important nutrients in your body. The blood circulation is not proper. The body needs everything. The body needs a proper energy level. The body needs a healthy fat also. If you deprive your body for certain nutrients, that the body will react in the negative way. And these are the various bad effects. And not only on the physical level, but on the psychological level, you feel demotivated, you feel under stress, you feel under the depression that you did lots of effort to reduce your weight, and once you start eating the normal food, the food you love, what happens? You regain it again. So what we need to do, how we can come out of this yo-yo diet, so what we can do to come out of these cycles, because yo-yo dieting is not a healthy way to lose the weight. It is not at all the way we can go for a permanent period of time. If you wanted to lose the weight, you need to adopt a healthy eating and plus your physical activity. As I've told you in the healthy lifestyle, that both the things goes hand on hand. Like if you eat healthy along with your physical activity, because you need to give a message to your muscle that you need them. You don't want to lose them. If you're just eating in the low calorie form, ki itna hi khayenge aur exercise nahi karenge, that means there's no shortcut for anything. You need to go for both the things, healthy eating also and go for certain physical activity. And most important part is you need to focus on weight, not that fat only. So we can say if you wanted to live healthy, eat healthy, exercise regularly, and drink plenty of water to hydrate your body and also reduce your stress, and say no to that diet of yo-yo. What we need to focus on? We need to focus on fat rather than the weight loss. Why we need to focus on fat? Because weight loss includes everything. Like it is a loss of your bones, it is a loss of your muscles, it is a loss of your certain organs or body fat, water, and the bowel movement. So the weight scale moves even if one of that variables move. But the fat loss is only the loss of amount of fat in your body. You can see in this picture, both the person have the same weight. It's 60 kgs, right? But the body fat of one is only 20%, another is 35%, right? The person who has only 20% of the body fat, he or she looks thinner as compared to the person who has a body fat 35%. A lady or a woman should have 25% of the body fat, and a man should have a 15% of the body fat. If you reach your goal of proper body fat in your body, there's no need to look at your scale. Even if your scale is not moving, even if your scale is showing the same weight every week, but your fat is reducing, that means the chubby in your body is reducing, you will not go into that yo-yo cycle. Even if you eat your good amount of the food you love, the food you have in earlier, if you start eating those food, there will be no change in your body structure. You will look thinner because there is no body fat, no extra body fat into it. So I hope it's clear why we need to focus on more on fat loss rather than that of weight loss only. So if you wanted to know that you are on the right track or not, you can answer these questions. If these questions says yes, then yes, you are on the right track. So let me reiterate for you. When you wake up, you feel refreshed. You can type if you feel like you feel refreshed. Even if you don't feel refreshed, please type no. If you feel refreshed, then please type yes. When you wake up, you feel refreshed. And your sugar craving has decreased. You feel lighter in the morning when you wake up. You love to go for a walk and inspire to exercise. Your skin feeling and looking fresher. You feeling hungry often. And you smiling often. If all these questions, yes, then yes, you're on the right track. But if most of the question says no, then you need to adopt a healthy lifestyle. Okay? I hope most of the question is yes. Okay. Now let me give you certain healthy lifestyle tips for you. The very first thing, you need to aim for the realistic weight loss goal. Realistic weight loss is between 2 to 4 kgs. Don't expect more. Just be realistic. Expect for a 4 kgs in a month with your good body fat reduction. And please never skip your breakfast, because breakfast is the main important meal of the day. The day when it is a time when you start your day. It is a time when you need to give a buffer to your body, the jerk to your body to increase your metabolic rate. Never skip your breakfast and have a very small, frequent meals in between. It's like 6 to 7 meals in a day. And don't think about only diet will help you to reduce your weight. You need to get out of your chair, bed, or sofa and go for a walk, cycling, jogging, physical activity. It will help your muscles mass while you lose your weight. You want to lose fat, not the muscle mass. And never starve your body. Don't think about you. If you decrease your amount of calorie, you will immediately reduce your weight. We will decrease your amount of calories at a slower pace, at a slower rate. And don't eat when you feel bored. Don't take your food as a comfort food. Whenever you feel like bored, whenever you feel in the stress, you start eating more and more, and you start having your overeating meal. Just eat when you feel hungry, when you are hungry, and eat on the frequent level, small and frequent meals. Set long-term goals. Don't go for a shortcuts only. Don't think your diet plan as if you are dieting. Don't restrict yourself too much that I can't eat that, I can't eat that, that is having a more calorie, that has a इसको खाऊंगी तो मोटी हो जाऊंगी. It's not like that. You just need to eat healthy. Don't stress out. Don't worry about counting the calories, because nutrients play an important role rather than the calories. Everything has a calories, but nutrients, the amount of nutrient present into it, the amount of protein, the amount of healthy fat into it, that plays an important role. If you want to choose between if a paneer parantha is here, if you wanted to choose between a pizza, so that means paneer parantha and pizza have the same calories, and but paneer parantha has more nutrients as compared to that pizza. So go for the nutrient level rather than that only the calories. And share your meals with others. Like if you go for a party and you wanted to have a dessert, and share with others, have a little portion of it. Don't have your only dessert. And the most important part, have patience, dedication, discipline, the most important part. And consult a good dietitian, not a famous dietitian, and your weight will take care of itself. Okay, thank you so much for listening and taking out the precious time from your busy schedule. If you have any questions, you can ask me.